Hello and welcome. In this session, we're going to talk about the remote invigilation. So I have received some question regarding the remote invigilation, and so many students they're asking like if they're in holiday or if they move to another country, they can still do the exam or not. Now AAT have introduced the remote invigilation, obviously like with the AQS 16 exam, but currently the service is not running, so they have a plan to start again or resume again from January 2024. They said early 2024 they will start this distance exam again. Now the few things you have to remember, before AAT use PSI, and we have to install a software called Surpass Viewer. That was quite straightforward. You have to install a software on your computer, then you have a key code and you enter the key code, and your training provider will unlock the exam for you and the exam will be started. But with AQ 2022 the story is a little bit different. So now of course like we have to install a software through the browser. Now, it is a little bit different and a little bit tricky compared to the Surpass Viewer we have before. Now you don't need any assessment key. Rather, what you have to do, once you book the exam, you receive an email from the AAT first time for the exam, and then you have to set up a password. Now this password is only for the exam, not for the password you have for your My AAT. That's the different password you set up for your exam, and you have to do only once, and later on you can use the same password every time if you want to do any more exam. So once you set up the password and then you log into your PSI Bridge, that is a new software for the Q 2022 for the AAT, and then you can see already the exam is there. So all you have to do, you have to double click on the name of the exam, and then the exam will be locked, and your training provider, they have to open the exam for you. Now it's quite different compared to the AQS 16, compared with the Surpass Viewer we have before. So if you like to do the remote invigilation, or if you like to book the remote exam, all you have to do, you have to contact your training provider. There is a lot of training provider, they used to offer the remote exam, and of course like from the next year, early of 2024, then you will have this facility again, hopefully, to do the exam remotely. So all you have to do, you have to find the training provider who offer this remote exam, and they will guide you how to set up this exam. So a few things I want you to know before, because of course it will be helpful for you if you like to do this exam. It's quite straightforward. The first thing you have to do, you have to have a room where you can have a at least like two cameras. So for example, one will come with the webcam with your laptop or with your desktop. The next thing is like you will have one camera on the back, so that what you are doing they can record from both ways. So one will be the front recording, one will be recording from the back side. Now this thing already introduced by so many other exam body as well. For example, Pearson, they already introduced this type of exam for the functional skill, but AAT introduced recently for the AAT exam. Now ACC also introducing this sort of services as well. So all you have to remember, how to install the software is very important. There's a clear guideline and instruction we have from the AAT, how to install the software on the computer, what we need to do. So few things you have to remember, that is main key point, because you cannot maybe read the whole guideline, but few key things that you have to remember. You have to have your ID with you, so you have to show the ID during your exam, before you start your exam, and they will take a picture of you. They will scan the whole room, and they will scan for a second monitor. So you should have only one monitor. If you remember, we used to have exam for the spreadsheet or Excel, and we have to have two screen or two monitor. But now in AQ22 there is no more Excel. We don't have two more monitors, so we cannot use two screen anymore. So there cannot be two more monitor anymore, or two screen. And also if there is any other software running on the computer, we have to close it. For example, if there is a any other sort of thing running behind the software or behind on your task manager, you have to make sure is delete everything or make sure you close all this application, otherwise your exam will not be started. And after that you have to make sure you record the whole exam, and you have to make sure you submit everything. Normally, for example, for the level 2 exam, we normally get the result immediately, and also like for our tax process from level 3 we get the result immediately. But for the remote exam we're not going to get the result immediately, so they will give the result in 15 working days. And if any result that is marked by the human and the computer, they will release within 6 weeks, the normal way they do. But for the result, normally if you sit in a center and if you get the result in immediately or in a day or after 1 day, but they will take 15 days because they have to check everything, like there is no cheating during the exam, there is nothing for the red flag, so they will check everything. So the fee is, it depends how much they will charge, the especially like the training provider, they will decide how much they will charge. So it could be very center to center, so you have to speak to the center. But of course, like from the early 2024, every AAT student will be able to start doing the exam from home if they like. And of course, like at the beginning there's a lot of instruction, but of course if you are used to with one exam, or if you practice yourself in your computer, like to install the software, all of this thing, you'll see it's not very difficult. So of course, like if in the case, like for example, if you have to move somewhere, if you need to go for a holiday or any situation, if you still need to do the exam, you can always book remotely from the early 2024, and you have the opportunity to do the exam from home, and you'll get the result from there. Thank you.